This morning we are starting with Ian Zhu and Richard Lin from OpenBuild and I'm not going to pronounce that, respectively, who are going to talk to us about building a Web3 developer ecosystem. Guys, take it away. You can have this.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, everyone. My name is Richard, and this is Ian. And at this talk, we do together, but because my English is a little bit better than Ian, but worse than you. So maybe you should tolerate us. And now I will. I'm very happy you come here because maybe Web3 is. Sometimes some people say it's popular, but some open source guys say maybe it's not a cool technology and maybe it's used to fraud and something. So it's very maybe not a good topic. And the DevRel, a developer ecosystem and a developer relationship, maybe I'm not sure if you are interested in. So if you take a photo of me, you can send me later. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. I'm Richard Lin, and I'm co-founder of 开源社. 开源社 is a Chinese open source alliance. I'm the co-founder, and previously I'm the volunteer and organizer of Coast Cup. Coast Cup is we have a booth, yeah, and the Coast Cup is a Taiwanese open source conference because I'm come from Taiwan and I moved to China for 12 years. I previously was open source lead in Huawei technology. Maybe you heard of Huawei, right? And I left Huawei and going to a big AI model company called 01.ai. It's founded by Dr. Kai-Fu Lee, and I was there to responsible for open source and the developer ecosystem. So AI, open source, and DevRel is my focus. And now I'm studying Web3. Yeah. So Ian. Ian is a founder of OpenBuild. OpenBuild is a community who bring Web2 developer and so-called traditional developer join to Web3, and he will offer many courses and many paths for Web2 developer join Web3 world. So he also a co-organizer of Rust, CC, and PyChina. Yeah, it's a very it's a very big conference in China. Rust CC is a community, and PyChina is they head of PyCon, and he also the board member of 开源社. Yeah, so yeah, we work together. And overview, I want to talk about DevRel. And have you ever heard of DevRel before? Yeah, raise your hand. Oh, okay, 5 people, but I'm happy, and I want to talk differences between in DevRel between Web2 and Web3 and the global in China. Then I want to state some statistics and the challenge of Web3 developer ecosystem. Then Ian will introduce the pathway for developers to join the Web3 ecosystem. Then if you from Web3 project, you want to build your ecosystem, what is your strategy? We will introduce our experience. Then long-term reason of Web3 ecosystem is very, very important. And the latest, I will share of action. And what is DevRel? Maybe if you don't heard of this before, you should read this book. This book is called Developer Relations: How to Build and Grow a Successful Developer Program. And if you can read Chinese, I'm the translator of this book. I translate this book into Chinese. Yeah, because I think when I go to China, I think no one knows DevRel, developer relationship, because many people know public relationship, government relationship, investor relationship, but don't know developer relationship. So if you can read simplified Chinese, you can read this book. Is my work, and this is from a Canadian author, and this book is I read it's very good introduction. So, yes, and what is DevRel? You can see this. in the core is it's like a tree. You can see, and in the core is developer experience. Experience is the most important thing in DevRel, because if you have a good experience, then developer will join you, and you can build a community for your foundation, your fundamental. And there are three things: developer marketing and developer education and training, and then make developer success. Make the developer success is the goal of your ecosystem. So if you can do something, do an architecture and do a community and do some evangelist, you will make your community and the developer success. So it's a DevRel's core. Okay. So let me introduce maybe Web3. I'm not sure if you heard of Web3. If you heard, you can raise your hand. Web3. Okay, it's more. Okay, so it's a popular than DevRel, I know. And Web2 is maybe the term is not so popular, but we say most of the developer are Web2 developer. We can see the portrait. For example, the profile. We can find many experienced developers in the Web2 developer field, because we are all learn coding and learn computer science from this area. But Web3 is very new, so we face some problem. There are many new graduates, no prior developer experience. The people, maybe they just know Web3 when they are a student. So they have no industrial experience. And they just join Web3 and do some so-called Web3 projects, maybe in protocol in layer 1, layer 2, or some smart contract. It's very easy, but sometimes not secure, sometimes not good enough, not met industrial standard. So maybe in this time I see this. And strengths. You can see Web2 developer. We can find many people who have solid developer experience, and Web3 developer, because they are open-minded. Some Web2 developer join Web3. Some Web2 developer join Web3 because they are open-minded and more respective to Web3 concept. But Web3 concept is maybe not acceptable. Not so popular in our developers. And the challenge, maybe some people skeptical about Web3, cautious attitude. They say, what is that? Should I join into and concerned about career risks? Because many Web3 career is like a project and the remote work, and even they don't have the legal entity in your country, right? So yeah, it's a little bit career risk, and maybe you don't have a social insurance. Yeah, so it's a challenge. And Web3 developer lack of technical skills, maybe too junior, and job stability is Web2 is more stable than Web3, and sometimes Web3 developer face higher volatility because the market value, for example, the Bitcoin or Ethereum, and go up and down, up and down. So some people their salary is the grants, so it's a challenge. Okay. Not so stable. And then I will share about difference between Web2 and Web3 developers. The DevRel. And if you are a company or the booth there, I think, for example, TiDB, I'm familiar with the TiDB because the founder is Chinese people. I know him. That's a very good open source project, but the community is like a little bit centralized than Web3. Because corporate driven this community to build their commercial success. So they want to control and want to collaborate with the community. And the Web3 sometimes decentralized and very open source, like, for example, Bitcoin. There are many players in Bitcoin ecosystem, and they just follow their white paper and follow the architecture. No, maybe no one many people, even they compete in the ecosystem. For example, DAO, decentralized autonomy organization driven community. It's very new idea for me. Yeah, so maybe we can learn and try some method from Web3, or you just join the Web3 community to feel that. And developer engagement, for example, traditional, we will have some traditional marketing, workshop, conferences, and training course or something. And the Web3 DevRel, they keen to do more hackathons and some bounties, because I have some question you will solve and I give you the grants. The grants maybe you can transfer it to US dollar in the exchange, right? So token incentive is a very good part is a very good advantage from Web2. And monetization, salaries, cooperation, partnership is the traditional way. For example, Boston, we want to get some sponsorship from the from the companies. So it's a traditional way. And maybe if we can do debt-free projects, grants, airdrops, ecosystem funding, it's a new way. Yeah, so I see, for example, Gitcoin, maybe you heard of it. They try to do some airdrop or something to help open source project. And governance, yeah, Web2 is corporate-led decision, and Web3 is developers. They just want to have a say via DAOs and token governance. They can join if the project they want to then join, then it's very easy. And so key challenge is that adoption of new tool for DevRel is hard, and the developer retention. Okay, and the key challenges for Web3 DevRel is security risk, trust in decentralization, because the trust is the most hard thing to us, and fragmentation of developer resources and a high market volatility. Okay, and global in China, I think because I'm living in China for 12 years, and before that, I see more a global community, so I can compare with that. Global DevRel, maybe the culture in global is open discussion, direct feedback, but in China, sometimes relationship is more than, for example, I know someone in the company, I know someone in the project, and maybe we won't do work in public way. Maybe we will, because I know him. So in direct communication or not transparent to the community. It's a different culture. And a platform, maybe in global is Discord, Twitter, GitHub, or something, for example, Matrix. Okay, yeah, it's an open source way. And China DevRel maybe use WeChat, okay, WeChat groups, or 知识星球 is another Chinese, and Git. Git is a clone of GitHub. It's a biggest Git platform in China. It's called Git. Okay, so incentive, maybe token incentive widely accepted in a global, but in China, mixed incentive model, emphasis on the practicality. Yeah, so yeah, and the content strategy, global is a technical depth. Open source contribution, they focus on this. But China developer, they care about practical use cases. How can I use these cases to earn money immediately? Yeah, so it's Chinese people think, and the business value is important. Then the last thing, policy and compliance. I think global DevRel for Web3 is open, but in China, many global people think China, they banned Web3, but actually I think it's just 10 minutes, sorry. It's not, for example, token trading is very restricted in China, but technical collaboration, project contribution, and the community organization are fine. They are fine. So we build many Web3 open source community in China, and we don't benefit from the government or society. Yeah, and we can share some statics. This you can see this report is by Electric Capital. You can find it online. It's developer report, and you can remember Electric Capital. This report is very, very rich, and I can share some. For example, in the Web3, developer grew 39% per year from 2015. Yeah, you can see. And recently, down a little bit. But the trend is up. Yeah, and approximately you can see just 23,000, Web3 developers all over the world. So it's very little for me. The amount is very little, and I'm shocked when I see this report. Yeah. So maybe the market will go up later. And you can see when 10 years ago there are 43 North American Web3 developer. Then 2020 last year, Asian become the first. Yeah, we have 32% in Asia. Yeah, so we can see Asia Web3 industry and the developer is up. Yeah, and you can see there are over 1/3 of developers. They contribute to multiple public chains. Yeah, that means many public chain they need a developer, and the developer have many choice, and there are not enough. Yeah, a developer supply shortfall in Web3 industry. So there are many opportunities here, and sorry, I forgot to translate it. Yeah, our observation. Yeah, developer demand. We lack of 5 to 10 years experience. The senior developer very lack of 5 to 10 years experience, and the salary level we observe that in Web3 is higher than Web2. Yeah, maybe 30 to 15. Yeah, and higher difficulty. This is to the public chain or to the project. They are very hard to hire people, and the entry barriers. Some for the both sides. So developer maybe feel some entry barriers, and yeah, don't know how to join. And maybe Ian, you can share some pathway for developer to join because he directed face the yeah.
Hello guys, nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm appreciating to discussing the pathway for developers to join the Web3 ecosystem. And I'm the co-founder of the OpenBuild, one of the Web3 community. I met many different developers from the Web2, and they want to join the Web3, but how to do so? Conclusions, 4 steps is very important, but as we have a little time, say it simply. The first is mindset your shift. It's very important because you can't understand Web3 just through the technical ego, because it has a built-in financial, yeah. And second is best way to join this is join community and contribute to open source, because all of the Web3 projects is naturally open source. Yeah, it must be open source. And third is improve communication and cooperation skills, because most of the Web3 company are global company and work remote. Yeah, and last, be patient about the new technical. It's AI now. The Web3 also every day have the new new tools, new thoughts about this industry. So keep patient is very important. And this is a story or a case from our community. You can see this one. It's called Ego, and you can see its GitHub is crazy. It's submit the PR every day. Yeah. Yeah, you can take a photo. Yeah. Also, he is a traditional developer from the bigger company, and and he wants to join the Web3 about from 2023. And at first, he just like most of people, he to watch videos and tutorials, but it's very slow. And then we told him you should to do a open source project, and he also have a open source project. So we connected his projects to Web3, and through this way, he learns the technical in Web3 quickly. And also, we help him to find the new contributor from the Web3. And last, we also help him to get the grants and bounty from the many different Web3 foundations. Now, it's totally about 15,000 donors from his open source projects. It's keep his the confidence to build the Web3 the open source projects. Yeah, and we can to have 4 key message or insights from this. Yeah, but it's a little time I don't read it. So let's come back, Richard back. Yeah, to tell you about how the company to build the Web3 ecosystem.
Yeah, actually, I just have 5 minutes, so maybe I can, or 3 minutes, okay. And yeah, so these slides I can share with you in the last page. So I just skip because maybe it's too long. And I just want to say the importance of a long-termism is very, very important. I think Web2 developers and the open source project developers, they know this. But the Web3 developers and the project, they are in a hurry. So yeah, so maybe the value maybe I don't dig in, but long term is very important. And the double-edged sword. Yeah, double-edged sword is of token. Token is good, but token sometimes hurt. So some positive you can be the incentive, and some negative impact short-term speculation, quality degradation, and some not good airdrop. Yeah, so you should focus on the relationship between the developer and your project, how to be friends and how to engage and how to let them be loyal to this project. And you are not a king, you are the friends, and we join to fulfill our common goal. Yeah, it's a very important thing. And maybe we just can skip this because it is very, very complex. And the call to action. We are for developers. We mindset should shift, and maybe we can join the community of Web3 and contribute to some Web3 open source project, improve communication and collaboration, and keep learning. Yeah, I'm learning too. Yeah, and for company maybe to think about DevRel. Why you should do DevRel? What is your key point? Yeah, so believe in the long term. And Web3 represents the revolution in open source collaboration models and values. That's my quote. Building an ecosystem is marathon. Be patient. Yeah, so I think community over code is. I learned from Apache. Yeah, so you should know this. And thank you. So this slides. This QR code is these slides, so you can take a picture and scan this. And I'm Richard Lin. I'm from Kaiyuan She. Yeah, and Ian Xu is from Open Build. So maybe you can contact us, follow us Twitter or email us and add me on LinkedIn. So today is the last day, but on the internet we can communicate every day. Yeah, so yeah, so keep in touch. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. Some of the work I do in Singapore is on exactly that sort of institutional security stuff and developing. Apparently, we're the first group in the world to be developing a standard set of security controls for blockchain and DLT applications. So yeah, it's not just that the developers are inexperienced. Yeah. It's that all of the usual sort of standards bodies and institutional stuff is also immature. So this is fascinating. Thank you. Before I ask for Q&A, do you want to get your slides on screen, please? Any questions for our speaker. We have room for about one. No questions? This was, aha!
Okay, please.
Yeah, thank you for talking. Very interesting stuff. I am very firmly in the Web 2 world, kind of the corporate, traditional side. I'm very interested in the Web 3 stuff. What would be some like top, the best Web 3 apps to kind of look to right now that are kind of like the flagship examples of the ecosystem and utility?
Yeah, as I just talked about, the Web3 is most important is his financial feature. So actually, most of the application is useful for this industry is about how to say the international transfer. Like now the Visa and many big companies are support the Web3 to take the token to transfer. Yeah. So and also we have some interesting apps. We should call it DApp, decentralized applications. And but if you are just a traditional Web2 developers, you can't understand his logic. But if you know more about the Web3, you will think it's very interesting. So if you are interested, we can talk later. Yeah.
And the financial scenario application is the Web3 best practice financial. Yeah. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys.